good news today with the Bank of Canada. We saw a pause. Yes, you heard me. Pause in Bank Prime. Now keep in mind, we've had 10 rate hikes since March of 2022. So I want to break down why we have this pause and what is the forecast going forward. Now, a lot of this pause is because of Q2 results in the housing and market activity in Canada. So we saw a weakened and slower consumer consumption in Q2. We also saw a weakened household credit activity as well. And the overall housing market, we saw a slowdown. Now, a lot of this had to be attributed to the rate increases that we've seen. It's harder for people to qualify for a mortgage, handle the monthly mortgage payment based on that higher rate, but also just everyday spending has increased exponentially over the last year. So the slowness that we're seeing in the overall economy in Canada is warranted to get to that headline target rate that the government is wanting to obtain to, which is 2%. So there's still some stickiness and resilience right now, and that's a reflection in the CPI inflation rate. So let me talk about that. So the inflation rate currently in Canada right now is 3.3%. Keep in mind, 30 days ago, it was 2.8%. So we have some still strong activity that we're seeing in wage growth. And a lot of that has to do with the resilience in our job force. So as we continue to see immigration increase in Canada, this is bringing a lot of jobs to companies, and wages are increasing as a result of that. And that all has to do with the CPI, which is our headline inflation. We've seen an increase in gas prices and an increase like per barrel of gas, especially in the last 2 days. That's inflationary, and that might be a little bit sticky right now with inflation. If I actually look over the past 3 months at inflation, the average currently right now is 3.5%. So there's still some of that stickiness that the government always talks about in inflation, because the bottom line is they want to get to that 2% target. They still continue to promote the mantra of restoring price stability in Canada and still maintain to achieve the target rate of 2%. So are we finally at the end of rate hikes? It looks like from most economists speaking this morning about today's announcement that this is the end of future rate hikes. However, there's still a 0.25% priced in for potentially October or the last one this year in December of another 0.25%. But here's the good news, and out of all of this, next year's forecast for 2024 is a fully decline in Bank Prime. In fact, there's no increases that are actually forecasted. This is great news. It is that light at the end of the tunnel. And what does this mean for you as a home buyer or a person right now that is a homeowner currently coming out for renewal? You need to contact us. We need to take a look at where your mortgage is right now today and see when you're coming up for renewal so that we can prepare you. Even though rates are expected to come down in 2024, there's still going to be some price variance right now than what your renewal was 5 years ago. So we've got to make sure we're preparing you for rates are and really strategizing as we start to see these decreases next year for you to take advantage of them. Now, if you are looking to buy a home and have been on the fence, you need to give us a call. We need to take a look at your pre-approval, take a look at what we're seeing for rate reductions, but also this is a time where you really need to start considering looking at buying a home. With the lack of supply that's in Canada right now in this housing market and no immediate fix to, increase the supply for the demand of home ownership in Canada and the amount of population growth we're seeing in this country, this is the opportune time for you to really take advantage of this and be able to get into this market before we start to see prices increase exponentially in Canada. This is a matter of time that we will see this, and especially now with the forecast of rates coming down in 2024, this is going to be a very strong and busy housing market. We are at the light at the end of the tunnel right now. It's hard to see because we've had a lot of pain over the last 10 rate hikes, but we're definitely there. Now, there is a little bit of stickiness right now. I told you with inflation, we're going to have 2 more reports on inflation, a report on the GDP, a report on wage and employment numbers before the next Bank of Canada announcement, October 25th. But I'll keep you posted. We'll keep you informed. Stay in contact and celebrate today with this win on Bank Prime pausing.